Hello
Hey there.
there.
Hello. Hi. You all dressed up? Why?
Because we're doing Reacting with Friends.
That's right. And today's
I-
a special Reacting with Friends. We're gonna look at one of our subscribers. She has a YouTube channel, and she opened her channel to us, so we can do
A reaction video?
to one of her videos.
Yeah.
So we culled through her 100 and 200 some videos. I guess
She's got a lot.
She's got a lot there.
That's
She's a Filipina. You probably know her. She's called the Filipina P. The Filipina P. I don't know if you're a subscriber to her, but she does stuff about the Philippines and expats in the Philippines and information expats need to know about being in the Philippines. So we're going to see what kind of interesting things she says. We found this video on her site. It's called, what's it called?
Filipino culture is funny. What's different about the Philippines?
What is different about the Philippines?
Well, it's an island country. That's different from many other countries.
1,340 different islands, I think?
I don't know. I haven't sat and counted them.
Oh, well, so somebody has, and they came up with some 1,000 number. Anyway, this is Filipina P's video here called Filipino Culture. Filipino, not Filipino. Filipina is girls,
female,
yes.
yeah.
Well, they're called, female culture is funny anywhere anyway, so Filipino culture is funny. What's different about the Philippines? Let's find out.
Hi folks, the Filipino P here. And almost everyone that's considering visiting or living in the Philippines has asked the question, so what is it like? You know it's gonna be different.
You know it's going to be different.
Do we? I want to see the waterfalls.
The waterfalls, yeah. You can tell it's a green screen though, or blue screen, or.
Oh, that's not the Philippines?
She's not on location.
She's not on location. Ah.
Yeah, but that's probably a background. It's probably in the Philippines somewhere. Unless she bought it because it looked good and used it for a background, I guess. I don't know.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
But how? The costumes, the roads, the language, the people. Well, you might think it's just a sunny paradise that's otherwise a lot like your home country. But it's actually different in so many ways that I hardly know where to start. Even you guys that have lived here a while are still getting used to things. And today, I'm going to talk about a few of those differences I bet you didn't expect. Welcome to the wacky way of life in the Philippines.
Oh, it's got a kind of a hip-hop kind of feel. Oh, that's just...
Her logo is pretty cool there.
Yeah.
It depends on your genitalia.
Ooh, that word. I don't know.
Big or small?
Big, right.
Okay, I guess so.
I don't...
Let's
what
see.
are you talking about again?
Let's see.
Warning to feminists, you will definitely be triggered by the following information. If you're the kind of woman that's likely to make a scene when told to segregate by sex, the Philippines may not be for you. When you approach the entrance to a mall or other retail establishment, you might be asked to enter through a special door marked Women's Entrance. Yep, I kid you not. There can be separate entrances for males and females.
That can be taken in so many different ways. That statement can be taken in so many different ways.
Now, is it suggested or an optional entrance, or is it you must come through this portal if you are female?
Is it biological or is it how you identify?
That's another
that's a
definition,
factor
too.
we have to determine these days.
Is there a physical that you have to pass before you're allowed to enter through that portal?
Yeah,
or that doorway?
you have to prove your gender.
That could be very invasive.
Well, you know, there's ladyboys there too, so that's weird. I don't know.
Where both sexes will have their personal items inspected before they're allowed to go shopping. While it's rare that your body will actually be touched, it's not unheard of to get a pat on your lower back. I suppose they're looking for explosives or other illicit items being smuggled inside. But why the separate doors? You might assume it's so that women can be searched by female guards, while the men
That's
are
what I was
checked by
thinking.
other males. But 90% of the time, all the guards doing the inspections are men.
Dirty old men.
Maybe I'm still like it. That's a bit of a culture shock from somebody who's just wants to go to the store, wants to go buy some new shoes, and suddenly you've got a search line that you've got to endure and pass through. I could see that at an airport, but at a mall,
Yeah.
that's a little disconcerting. What brought that on?
Maybe someone can tell me what's going on in the comment section. Because
That's
I
your question.
no clue.
She has
But
no
the
clue.
good news for you foreigners is that, for some reason, you won't be subjected to the same level of searches that the locals are. And you folks will often get waved right on through. It might make you feel embarrassed or guilty that you get preferential treatment, but that's just the way it is. So, enjoy it. Breaking the piggy bank.
Breaking the piggy bank.
Now, if you've entered the mall in order to pick up a simple toy for your child, get ready to hold onto your wallet. Filipino kids generally don't have as many toys as their Western counterparts, and this could be one reason why. In the West, cheap Chinese toys are available everywhere for a couple dollars. But here, the same items can cost up to 5 times as much. For example, this My Little Pony only costs $7 at an American Walmart. But here, the exact same toy is 48 bucks? No,
They have Toys R Us there?
Yeah, but still, that's a bit of an increase.
They still have Toys R Us there.
Okay, they have Toys R Us there.
They still have Toys R Us is gone.
Oh, all over the U.S.
Yeah.
I think there are some Toys R Us outlet malls that have clothing in the U.S., but yeah, I did remember reading someplace that the toy stores were shut down.
But one thing I find interesting is you find a lot of these Chinese knockoffs in the Philippines, and they are very popular there. You know, I bought Windows 7 in the Philippines the day after it was released for $1.
Okay, most people would download that or would have downloaded it.
Well. This was it just came out, and somebody did all the illegal work for me and put it on DVD.
Okay.
But it's popular to do that there. I noticed there's a lot of that stuff there like that. Movies, music.
I was in a film a while back, and we actually tried to make some copies down in the Philippines too. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. So Toys R Us, I guess I will avoid buying any My Little Pony figurines.
no wonder the average Filipino kid doesn't have a bedroom full of toys. Who can afford a week's wage for a piece of plastic?
Yeah.
The weird thing is that these toys come from the same place, China, which is a lot closer to us than it is to you. So what's the reason for the big difference in prices? Once again, I have no clue. But when I have a kid, I'm gonna teach him to play outside. Wash it yourself. Speaking of expensive toys, if you're trying to buy a household appliance, don't expect to find one like you're used to. Things like dishwashers and clothes dryers are often about twice as much as they cost in the West. Unless you want to buy the little toy versions like this one, which is completely made of plastic.
What?
Yes, these are the actual appliances, not something you find in the same department
Plastic
as easy
appliances.
Yeah.
Now this washer's a little on a small
Looks
side,
like Fisher
but at
Price.
least it's
Yeah,
only
that's
$360 US. Why so cheap? Because it's a floor model with a hole in the front window. Duh!
What?
Not only are appliances incredibly expensive, but you
You
can
gotta
imagine
pay
how
extra for
difficult
the
it is to get them
cover, I guess.
serviced. Most parts have to be ordered, and good luck finding someone qualified to install them.
Huh.
So it's no wonder that washing machines and dryers are considered luxury items, and even comparatively wealthy Filipinos just hire a housekeeper to do the work by hand.
Probably cheaper that way anyway.
To hire somebody just to do your laundry?
Yeah.
An old-fashioned scullery maid?
Well,
Yeah.
housekeeper.
Well,
They do other things too.
yeah,
besides
there's
your-
more to clean than just linens too now.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Weird.
So you can see 10 million peso homes with clotheslines strung up in the backyard. I'm about to do a video on how to locate and hire a good housekeeper. And if you're gonna be living here, it's one of the best investments you can make. So
Can you import her here?
I don't know. I'm wondering how much 10 million pesos is in Korean won. That's what I'm used to here, or U.S. dollars.
Well, it's like $1 million is $20,000, or a million pesos is $20,000.
Okay, so what'd you say, 20 million?
Yeah.
Okay, well, 20, okay, was that
That's-
400,000?
Yes, that's a big home.
Now you do that math correctly.
stay tuned. One step to disaster. For some reason, many Filipinos aren't very interested in having a front yard. Even nice homes are sometimes built right against the road. And I do mean right against it.
Yep.
You could literally take one
That's a
step outside your
nice
front
little
door
mansion.
and get hit by a truck. I'm not sure why we do this, but it's a fairly common sight, especially in the city. It's much more likely to have a backyard, but even those are usually pretty small.
Yeah, well, they're cramped for space in the cities.
Yeah, there is not much space in any city, really. I mean, it depends. Well, I guess it depends on the city, but
You
generally,
can't afford a lot of
space
yard.
is a high commodity. It's
If you have a yard, you'll have a smaller house.
yeah.
We like to build our houses right up against our property lines, but it doesn't leave much room to enjoy the great outdoors. 4-lane roads aren't. As anyone who's visited the Philippines knows, the roads here are used for lots of things besides driving. The streets often become parking lots, places for animals to sleep, vendors to sell their products, and people often just stop their cars in the middle of the road, turn on their blinkers, and go inside a store to do some shopping. Even 4-lane roads are just 2-lane roads with parking on either side. You can't really drive in the right lane for more than just a short distance, which means that if you want to pass someone, you have to go into
watch your arm.
oncoming traffic
Yeah.
to get around the
No,
guy in
that's
front of you.
no, that's illegal.
Add to that, the fact that drivers here don't look what's coming when they pull out into the road.
Everybody else, good luck.
Actually,
Yeah.
your responsibility not to hit them, which doesn't make sense to foreigners. But don't say I didn't warn you. All this makes for some exciting afternoons behind the wheel. And
Exciting.
it's one of the things that makes the Philippines what it is. Whatever that is. But aside from all the irritating things you'll find blocking your way out there on the street, you're also liable to find something you just don't see in the West. Homemade liquor for sale.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you see that
Many
in the
Filipinos
U.S.,
sell
but
their own
not
kind
in
of
every place.
moonshine called tuba,
Tuba.
which is made
Tuba,
from
tuba.
palm tree sap.
Tuba.
We climb the coconut trees, collect the sap from the bud up near the top, then ferment it with bark from a mangrove tree.
It tastes
But
good.
the
Tastes
most
good.
interesting thing is that here in the Philippines, private citizens can actually sell their alcohol to the public, right on the street. It's usually about 250 pesos or $5 per gallon. So it's a lot
Gotta
of bang
guess.
for the buck.
Yeah.
I know you're wondering about things like health inspections, permits, and licenses, and all kinds of government oversight regarding the sale of homemade alcohol. But that's Western thinking.
Western thinking.
This may be
Yeah,
one of the
alcohol.
only things that's actually easier to do here in the Philippines. So when you want to pick up a little pick-me-up, you can probably find it alongside the road on your way home.
That sounds good. That sounds great.
It sounds a little
convenient.
funny. You can just pick it up right off the road. There it is in a jug, left by
Yeah.
somebody. Just walk over, pick it up. Don't pay anybody.
An old water bottle, a whole 2-liter water bottle.
Yeah,
Pick it up. Hey, I got me some tuba.
yeah.
But you can't carry it on a
Tuba.
plane. You can't carry it on a plane.
Ah,
They won't let you on a plane with that because it's a previously used bottle. It's not a sealed bottle.
okay. So you can like put it into a thermos
Suitcase.
or something and just bring it along. Either.
No, you couldn't. No.
Interesting story about that. I just wanted to bring a bottle. It was an open bottle. It was just a glass bottle because I thought it was cool.
Uh-huh.
And there was some disagreement. They wouldn't let me bring it on the plane.
Oh.
I didn't have any packets. It caused a little bit of a disturbance at the airport because I was really upset about it.
Yeah.
And then, well, once that was smoothed over, and I got on the plane, the guy sitting next to me, who was with our party, he had come with me and a few other people from the church to the Philippines. We were coming back to Korea, and he sat next to me with his bottle of soda that he had purchased down the road from the airport before we got on a plane. And I go, they wouldn't let me bring my bottle on, but they let you bring that. And this was just 10, 11 years ago. I was a little unhappy. Here's another side to the story. He was ethnically Filipino.
Okay.
So now does it make more sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to get the foreigner out.
Yeah.
They don't want their rules are for the foreigner people.
Yeah.
And if you don't have time to stop at the local sari-sari store, just send your child to pick it up.
The sari
On more than
store?
one occasion.
Yeah, the sorry store is like a little
Convenience store?
corner mart that people sit up in their front yards.
Okay. The sari store. I've never heard that term.
It's a Filipino Tagalog term. It's saying, sorry, we can't find your food. We don't have your food here. Sorry.
I had
It's
spent
not that.
a month
It's
in the
not that.
Philippines, and I had traveled to the Philippines and stayed there for about a week or two, but I don't ever recall, which isn't much time, but still, I was living and kind of doing some volunteer work there for a full month.
You haven't seen sorry stores or anything?
I hadn't heard the term. No, I probably had seen them.
You probably seen them.
Yeah,
They're everywhere. Yeah, everybody. It's
I've
the
seen
best way to make money, extra money there.
My parents asked me to stop on my way home from elementary school and buy a jug of tuba. And I was never once asked to produce my 6th grade ID.
Yeah.
2 left feet. Have you ever noticed that when you're out walking around with Filipino friends and one of you steps in something nasty, it always seems to be you? It's because every Filipino is equipped with ground scanning radar that alerts us to the presence of rocks, mud puddles, cow patties, dog poop, and the lunch trash that someone decided your feet might like a taste of. We take it for granted that every surface is a minefield, and it's pretty funny to watch all the stumbling and bumbling that you foreigners have to go through to get from point A to point B.
So never look straight at you. Always look
Look down at the ground.
Always look down.
Interesting, yeah.
I thought maybe I'd throw that in there.
Yeah. Watch where you step, yeah.
Transformative purposes that we have to do.
Yeah.
So don't get frustrated when your Filipina acts as a seeing eye dog and keeps calling out all the crap in your path. You might
Literally.
feel like a feeble old man being guided down a flight of tricky steps. But in reality, we're just trying to help. And because we don't want to have to be the ones to clean the poo off your shoe,
Oh.
just remember, your next step is never as safe as your last. The fleeting greeting. So let's move on to some
Fleeting
cultural
greeting. Oh,
differences
it's
that
do that
happen
everywhere.
when
Bye.
dealing
Bye.
with Filipinos. When you're meeting one of us for the first time, if you don't want an awkward encounter, forget everything you've ever learned about social protocols. If you're older than the person you're meeting and you reach out for a handshake, they'll probably think you're asking for respect and take your hand and press it to their foreheads, which is a gesture called mano po. It's all about age and status here, which can make foreigners very uncomfortable because most of you guys don't base respect on age. It's based on merit. But you'll quickly find out that shaking hands isn't really a thing here. And for you Europeans who are used to a quick kiss on a cheek or even a double peck, don't do it. It'll not only be seen as very presumptuous, but your behavior is bound to be the topic of conversation.
He's a pervert.
Is that it? I was just imagining just somebody coming up to her and getting clobbered by her brother, like her friends or something.
By her.
Yeah, or that too, yeah.
Just as soon as you leave the room, and not in a good way. It's pretty much the same thing with hugging. Filipinos occasionally hug, but it's used more sparingly and for specific reasons. Generally speaking, we're just not a very touchy-feely people, especially in public. And if you
Yeah,
goof up,
PDA? No
what
way.
you really have to worry about is the reaction of your Filipina. If she sees you leaning in to hug or kiss another woman for any reason, even if it's her mom, you'll awaken the beast within. So prepare to get mauled.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's it for today. And I hope you enjoyed hearing about just a few of the things that makes the Philippines different from your home country. I could do 10 videos like this and not even scratch the surface. But that just gives us more to talk about next time. Speaking of which, I'll see you in just 3 more days with a story you'll never forget.
3 more days.
Till then, folks.
3 more days.
I will never forget her stories.
What the hell?
Oh,
Why did you throw this away? If I use pliers, I bet I can get another squirt out of this.
uh-oh. That
And
sounds
what's
familiar.
wrong with this?
Oh, gosh. I thought
I
that
bet
was
I can
underwear.
sew this right up and make a
Underpants.
scarf or a cleaning rag. Don't throw this away. Oh, come on. There's still plenty of meat on this.
Right out of the... Yeah.
Now it can be thrown away. Toothpicks.
Interesting.
If you think about it,
Here's her pirate
I'm
thing
kinda like
right
a
here.
pirate, helping you navigate the tricky waters of Filipino culture and dating, and telling you how to find your first mate. Either
First
you
mate,
gotta
huh?
listen to just
First mate, yeah.
anyone, or trust your Captain P to lead you to the booty.
The booty.
Then you best
Booty.
be hitting the like button, subscribing to me channel, and hitting that notification bell, or I'll shiver your timbers and cut off your jib. And while we be sailing, why not feast your eyes on me other videos too?
She looks drunk.
And yes, I'm a real pirate. I've got the sunken chest to prove it.
Oh. Yeah. She's had a little bit of too much ale, too much pint, too much
Tuba.
rum, too much.
Tuba.
Oh, come on! She's a pirate.
Well, I'm sure pirates around the Philippines, they
Probably had
probably had
tuba.
tuba.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tuba.
Yeah, it's an old drink. And
Yeah.
sure, the Caribbeans, they had the rum.
Yeah.
They had the tuba and that maijo, that Vietnamese drink.
Okay, that's I
And
my
maybe a little bit of soju if they came to Korea. I mean,
Yeah.
every country has its grog that they have.
It's a very interesting pirate's outfit she has.
Oh, yeah. But she reminds me of...
I like the puns.
She sounds like Scotty, but if Scotty was drunk.
Yeah, she does have that drunk sound. And,
Cut off your timber. Cut off your jib, yeah.
I'll cut off your jib.
Shiver your timbers. And cut
Yeah,
your jib.
yeah. I like the cut of your jib.
The sunken chest.
Oh, the sunken chest.
Okay. So we just saw a bunch of rules, or not rules, but things in
Cultural
Filipino culture.
differences.
Yeah. What do you think of those?
A little surprising considering nobody ever really mentioned these to me when I was visiting so many years ago. But I was only there for a short time, but I thought I was there for a long enough time to learn 1 or 2 of these things. But yeah, that was interesting about the whole the names of what was the name of the little convenience stores.
The sorry.
The sorry. I just-
First thing you think of is sorry.
sorry, just oh, that's
Sorry, we couldn't be bigger.
Well, in American parlance, maybe in the South now, some people say, well, that's not. Sorry is another term for pitiful too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, that's a sorry excuse, or that's a sorry car you've got there. I've heard this a lot. Like if I had said, well, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I know you're sorry. Now apologize. And just to hear a sorry being used to refer to a little store.
Yes, it's a
Doesn't make me think too
Tagalog
highly
term,
of the.
Tagalog
It doesn't
term.
make me think too highly of the store, but it's more just reference to what I already had previously learned. So
Yeah, just like the video we made a couple months ago. Some things in some language sound similar to other things that mean
Yeah.
totally different things in other
yeah.
languages.
So I mean, if you're going
yeah.
traveling, I mean, it makes more sense for you to be open to those, open to the differences, and understand that's probably not what you're used to, and what you associate it with is not really very fair.
What do you think of the appliances?
Plastic?
Yeah, they look like toys.
At first, I would have guessed so.
Yeah, but they're real appliances. They probably break down very easily.
Yeah, especially if they're kept outdoors. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sun's not too kind to plastics or other things.
I think in the long run, a housekeeper would be much more reasonable.
Yeah. I wasn't too sure if at the very, very end, if she was making a comment or illustrating how you need to be very thrifty and use every little bit of something. If that was more her nature or if that was more the stereotypical Filipino
I think
nature.
that's a stereotypical.
Yeah, we were just talking a little bit about that today with mothers and parents. Just,
Yeah.
you got to use every little part of this.
Yeah. You have to let that paper towel dry so you can reuse it.
Mm-hmm. What's that other one you mentioned?
The paper plate.
The paper plate. Oh, well, I only had this
Take
here.
crumbs off it and reuse it. There you go.
There you go. You can share it, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think some of these things have kind of changed since some of the new, the imposing COVID rules?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It seems like the whole kind of distancing oneself from hugging and shaking hands that doesn't seem to have affected them.
What's it called? Magpo when you put the forehead to the hands
Yeah.
forehead? Maybe they don't do that as much. P, Cados, P! Do you still do that Magpo thing with the current
Restrictions
that are happening now? Let's know in the comments.
Yeah.
And I want you guys, other guys, to comment too if you know any weird, strange rules from your land that you probably share. If you have a YouTube video, let us know about it and we'll do a reaction to it, let you know how we think. We'll probably ridicule the idea, or just admire it, like we admire this one.
Or make some weird associations to things that nobody else has a clue of.
Okay, and that's the Filipina P. We have a link right down here in the comments. We could probably tag it or whatever. We'll do something with it, and don't forget about us.
Like our videos.
Yeah,
and
and share our videos too. Yeah, subscribe to us, and I guess we'll see you guys next time. This has been Reacting with Friends, and now we reacted to a friend.
Yes.
Okay, see you later. Bye bye.